Hello, welcome to DataSunrise's functionality demonstration. In this demo, we will explain how to configure DataSunrise to work with the SAP HANA database and will demonstrate the basic features of our product. At the first step, we need to install the HANA driver and the HANA client. We download the required ODBC driver from the SAP website and install it. And as a client application, we will use Eclipse Mars with HANA Studio installed. First, we need to create a direct connection to our database in Eclipse. This is an example of how to do that. We open Eclipse, click Add System, and specify the host of our database and instance number. We select Mode, Multiple Containers, System Database. You can also add a description to simplify the managing of connections. Then we specify HANA's username that we will use to access the database and password. We've created a direct connection to our HANA database. But to use DataSunrise's functionality, we need to connect to the target database through the DataSunrise proxy only and not directly. So we need to create a DataSunrise proxy for our target database. We go to DataSunrise's Web UI, Configurations, Databases, New Database, and create a target database profile. Logical name, it can be anything, but for our example today, we will use HANA, H-A-N-A. Database type, SAP HANA. Host, our database's IP address. Database's port number, user type, regular user. Our login, password, database to connect to. Now we need to create a proxy for our target database. We start proxy on all IPv4 addresses, port 39013, similar to the target database's port number. Keep that in mind, that's important. Now we go back to our HANA Studio and create a proxy connection. We create a new system and specify the IP address of the PC that DataSunrise is installed on and the instance number. Multiple containers, system database. And additionally, we create a proxy connection as a test_user database user. We will need this later. Its settings are similar to the proxy connection, except the username and password. Now everything is ready for the demonstration of DataSunrise's features. We have a table called Customers, which contains names, addresses, emails, and credit card numbers. We will use this table to show you DataSunrise's features. In the previous steps, we've already created a target database profile in the DataSunrise's Web UI and created a connection to our HANA database through the DataSunrise proxy in Eclipse. Let's start from the data security feature. Let's assume that we need to protect first name and last name columns of our customers table from editing. To do this, we need to create a data security rule which prohibits modification of these columns. We go to the Data Security section of the Web UI and create a new rule. We select Database Type, SAP HANA, Database Instance, it's the name of the database profile in the DataSunrise's Web UI, HANA, and name the rule. In the Actions subsection, we select Block Action to block queries we will designate as prohibited. We leave Filter Sessions as by default, and we will explain these settings during the demonstration of data masking. In the Filter Statements subsection, we select Object Group Filter, default, and check types of queries we want to prevent from execution. These are Insert, Update, and Delete queries. In the Process Queries to Selected Databases, Schemas, Tables, Columns, we click Select, and select the database tables we want to protect. These are first name and last name columns of the customer's table located in the test schema. All other settings we leave as by default. Now we can check the results. We connect to our database through DataSunrise's proxy. We navigate to our table, Customers, and try to insert a new column. We open an SQL console and try to execute the following query. As a result, our insert query is blocked by the firewall. Let's assume that we need to mask the credit card numbers. To do this, we need to create a masking rule for the card column of the Customers table. We navigate to the Data Masking subsection of the Web UI and create a rule. Here we need to specify our target database and name the rule. Then we need to select a column we want to obfuscate, the card column, and select a masking method to use. It's Credit Card Number Algorithm. Let's check the results. We connect to our HANA database through DataSunrise's proxy and query the Customers table. As you can see, the card column is obfuscated. Now let's use a custom function for masking the email column. We install the function to the database. Now we can create a new masking rule. We select a column we want to obfuscate, the email column, and select a masking method to use. Since we're going to use a custom function for masking, it's Custom Function. Then we select our custom function via the Database Object Explorer. Now let's check the results. We query the table, and as you can see, the email column is obfuscated using our custom function. Now we will show you how filtering by database users works. We have two users in our database, System and test_user. First, we create two database user entries in the DataSunrise Web UI to enable traffic filtering by database users. It's test_user and System. Note that we've created a proxy connection to our database as test_user in the previous steps. Now we create a dynamic masking rule for the test_user. We enable traffic filtering by database users. We click the green plus button and select dbuser equal test_user. We select the first name and last name columns and fixed string masking method to use. Thus, DataSunrise will mask the specified entries when accessing the database as the test_user only, and for other users, these entries will be displayed in their original state. Now let's check the results. We connect to the database through DataSunrise's proxy as the test_user. Then we query the Customers table, and as you can see, the contents of the columns specified in the rules settings are obfuscated. Now let's connect to our database as the other user, System. Let's query the Customers table. You can see no columns were obfuscated. Let's create a rule to audit all queries directed to our Customers table. We navigate to the Data Audit section, Rules subsection. We specify the target database, queries to which we want to log. In the actions, we check Log Data to log query results. In the Process Queries, we select the table we want to process queries to, Customers. All other settings we leave as by default. Now we check the results. We query our Customers table via the HANA Studio. Now we go to DataSunrise's Web UI, Data Audit, Events. We open one of the events for details. In the event details, you can see the query's SQL, basic information about the query, information about the session, and the query results. Thanks for watching this demo and for your interest in DataSunrise.